CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
Toy Mountain rolls into Bradford tonight. There's a live look as the community comes out with us, stacking up donations and keeping that holiday spirit high. Thanks for joining us. It's a winter wonderland out there and the perfect setting for a festive fundraiser. And tonight, that's our Toy Mountain campaign. Let's head there now. That's where Luke joins us live from tonight in Bradford with more. Let's go ahead and see if we can get to Luke. There he is. Oh, off to a bumpy start, but here we are. How's it feeling out there, Luke?
Hello, Sarah. Well, let me tell you, it is a lot warmer than it was yesterday, and of course, it's a lot more clear out here in Bradford. It was a snowy day in Barrie, but here we go for our Toy Mountain campaign. We are accepting some toys as well as food donations on behalf of the Helping Hand Food Bank here in Bradford. We are at Canadian Tire, just off of the main street here. Now, we're also joined by South Simcoe Police. Staff Sergeant Mike Adams is here with us this evening. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just talk about how important a night like this is. We got already donations lining up out the door here.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be part of this, and it's not a surprise, honestly, working in this area, knowing the community that we have here in Bradford. And I mean, we've been out here since 4 o'clock, and it was pretty quick that this pile started to form behind us. So once again, it's just our community coming forward, helping other people in our community, and it's a pleasure to be a part of.
It's a little bit cold out, but the hearts are definitely warm. Why is it so important to be out here tonight?
Well, once again, the nice thing about this and about our communities is that the donations collected tonight will be used within our communities. So, you know, it's amazing to see. We've had a couple people come here who used the food bank before and are donating to the food bank. We had one lady come through earlier who starts her own collection Boxing Day to be able to bring a full truck's worth of stuff and donate. So it's the support is amazing for the community, and this is what it's all about right at this time of year.
All right, Staff Sergeant, well, thank you so much for joining us today. On behalf of South Simcoe Police, the snow has started falling here in Bradford, so if it is safe to do so, come on out, say hi to myself, say hi to Bounce 104, of course, our title sponsor, Access Storage, on location to help us pack the toys as well. It's going to be a great night here in Bradford, Sarah, so stay tuned throughout the show.
All right, thanks very much, Luke. Now, we are still a week and a half away from the official start of the winter season, but that wicked weather, it's hitting much of our region as we deal with another blast of snow today. CTV's Jack Morris has been tracking all of the cancellations, delays. There are many to speak about. In fact, Jack, what has the snow impacted?
Well, Sarah, pretty much everything. Starting this morning, buses canceled in central, west, and south zones. It's the second day in a row for some students. West of Barrie got the worst of it, including Wasaga Beach and Clearview. Angus was hit hard. The township of Essa declared an extreme weather event in the wake of the snowstorm. It puts snow clearing on overdrive and gives the town broad powers to focus on snow removal in critical areas, maintaining emergency access, and clearing primary routes. The town says secondary roads may not be plowed to normal standards while crews focus on high priority places. Staff are asking drivers to limit non-essential travel, give plows space to work, and expect snow to block driveway access. Snow continued to fall in Springwater this afternoon. It forced the township to close library branches in both Minising and Midhurst. It was the same situation in Clearview. The administration center, all library branches, and the Clearview Youth Center were closed. Crews were getting ready for the worst of it in Barrie this morning. Conditions worsened throughout the day with heavy snow and low visibility. Persistent snowfall continues to be a challenge for plows working to keep roads clear. Crews started plowing the city's 1,600 kilometers of road early this year, and repeated heavy snowfall has pushed them well over budget. Despite that, the city says up to 37 trucks are out 24/7 as long as it's snowing.
Yeah, it's challenging. You know, when you get repeated snowfalls and consistent operations, you have breakdowns, you have equipment to look after, and you have to keep your stockpiles of sand, salt, all secure. And, you know, of course, drivers get tired too, and they need some rest.
In the last 3 weeks, it snowed 13 times in Barrie. The city's gotten 70 centimeters of snow. That's 7-0. And crews have cleared the entire city 9 times. Snow keeps falling and snowbanks like this one, well, they're building up and the city's going to have to start dealing with them soon. Reporting live, I'm Jack Moore. Sarah, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Jack. Now, even with the dangerously cold temperatures gripping our area, authorities tonight have a warning for those looking to get out onto the ice. It may look frozen, but that's not necessarily the case. CTV's Rob Cooper brings us more.
The recent freezing temperatures have people who recreation on our lakes chomping at the bit to get going. But most people who live near the lakes know it's still far too early.
But I mean, until it's been tested and, and people don't even bother going out there.
And don't be fooled by the small, thin layer of ice that started to form in Cooks Bay on Lake Simcoe. It runs about 100 feet out from shore. After that, it's all open water.
Still considered early season. So the earlier that you go out, the concern is that you're underprepared, you're not dressed for the weather, you haven't done enough of an assessment of the ice thickness, and just because you see somebody else out there doesn't mean it is safe to do so yourself.
Donnie Crowder operates Hot Box Huts ice fishing in Innisfil. He has 2 small huts next to the shoreline for training purposes tonight, but admits he's far from ready to take his huts or clients out for the season just yet.
Yeah, ideally we'd like to be out there for 10 weeks. That's what we hope for. The last few years, it's been 6, it's been 8. And we take what we can get. We don't really have much choice in the matter. We can only be out there when it's safe to be out there.
Crowder says the heavy snow is not necessarily good for the formation of thick ice.
Had we have skimmed over already with the snow that's coming, the snow would land on that and insulate it and keep the cold from penetrating the way it could when we do get the colder temperatures and hinder building the ice.
Many businesses that line the lakes depend heavily on the ice fishing season and are hoping it turns out to be one of the better seasons in recent years.
Ice fishing season is that bring the customer here. It's very, very important because of the lake is down the road, just 2 minutes, right?
Now, while these freezing temperatures are just what ice fishermen have been waiting for, don't be fooled by what little ice you may see out on some of our lakes. The best advice from ice hut operators is to check in with them before heading out, as they usually have the best and most up-to-date records. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
Good evening, Casey Colby, to you. What a wallop of snow we have received. Very, very cold temps. Are they here to stay?
Yes, they are, Sarah. Right through, it looks like, for the foreseeable future anyway, as far as our forecast goes. Let's get right to it. This is a first look at the forecast, and as we dive into the forecast right now, I'll let you know that, we have had streamers off the southern tip of Georgian Bay, as Jack said a little earlier, affecting Wasaga Beach, a line right down into the better part of Angus. And snow, anywhere from 30 to 50 centimeters of snow is entirely possible within these streamers. Everybody gets some, but there's also some clarity moments too. This is what we're going to continue to talk about as we dive into First Weather, brought to you by our friends, of course, at Presler Injury Law. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. -11 is what we're dealing with right now, Sarah, outside. Much chillier with the wind chill, and the winds are picking up out of the northwest. Right now it's just 7 kilometers an hour. They're gusting as high as about 35, 40 K. This is a look at the temperature as we speak. And as we speak, we're looking at -11, that is, in Gravenhurst, -10 in the Collingwood area, -9 in Owen Sound, -11 in Newmarket, -10 in Parry Sound, and call it -11 in Algonquin Park. Well, the wild things are snowy Algonquin Park, I might add. Continue right on, and we see, look at that one line. It has just been refueled time after time, and I'm also going to draw attention to southern Bruce County, too, because they have also had similar situations as far as pretty much a wall of snow. And it is continuing and coming up in just a few minutes' time. If you think it's cold now, Sarah, just wait. It's going to get a whole lot chillier. I'll have how chilly it gets and how long it sticks around for coming up in a few minutes' time. For the time being, back inside.
A follow-up now to a story we brought you yesterday. A 64-year-old snowplow operator from Barrie has been charged with careless driving after crashing into a highway bridge in Oro-Medonte. That happened on Wednesday. Aurelia OPP say the truck was traveling with its box raised when it hit the overpass at Penetanguishene Road and Highway 11. No injuries were reported and no other vehicles were involved. Provincial police, meanwhile, are urging you to stay alert this holiday season as porch piracy and shoplifting are on the rise. The OPP LAPD warn that thieves are watching for easy opportunities to strike, stealing from porches, open purses, coat pockets, and unlocked vehicles. Experts recommend tracking your deliveries and bringing parcels inside as soon as they arrive, and to always keep belongings zipped, secured, and out of sight. This lot of cell phones, scales, cash, and suspected cocaine have been seized by Nottawasaga police after they raided a home in Agila Tosorantio on Wednesday morning. That was part of a drug trafficking investigation. A 26-year-old man is now facing multiple charges. 3 Caledon men have been arrested in connection with a tow truck-related shooting in Brampton, and now police are still looking for one more suspect. The incident involved 2 groups and happened on October 7th, just before 11 p.m. near McVean Drive and Castlemore Road. Investigators are still working to identify members of one group, including the man seen in this photo who fired a gun. Police say 3 men from the other group were arrested and charged with firearm-related offenses. One of the 5 men charged with kidnapping and attempted murder when police discovered a man bound and beaten inside an abandoned gas station in Orillia was once again pushing for bail. CTV's Mike Arcelides brings us the details from the Barrie courtroom.
After failing to get bail in October, 63-year-old Surjit Singh Bains had his bail review today in Barrie before Justice Susan Healy. The defense argued Bains should be released because the Justice of the Peace made an error in law in Bains' initial bail hearing, and he now has a stronger plan of release with 24/7 supervision by loved ones. Bains, who is from Woodbridge, is accused of being one of 5 men from the GTA. Police say kidnapped, bound, and tortured a Mississauga man who was found inside an abandoned Orillia gas station in late September. Bains, along with 31-year-old Manraj Mann, 41-year-old Dwayne Pennant, 30-year-old Balte Sandhu, all of Brampton, and 51-year-old Gurji Anthony Gorburn, was charged with attempted murder, kidnapping, forcible confinement, and breaking and entering to commit an indictable offense. Gorburn was denied bail Wednesday despite a $70,000 pledge by 2 loved ones to secure his release on house arrest with a GPS ankle monitor. According to court documents obtained by CTV News, Gorburn has a lengthy criminal record, including assaults, weapons, and breaking and entering charges. The Justice of the Peace said the public would be appalled to learn he'd been released and sent Gorburn back to jail. Dwayne Pennant was released last month to 3 sureties who pledged a total of $125,000 under full house arrest with a GPS ankle monitor, as was Sandhu, who was the first of the group granted bail in mid-October, when Sandhu and 4 sureties put up $250,000 and 24/7 supervision house arrest to secure his release. Manraj Mann was denied bail despite family members pledging more than $200,000 to bail him out. He's back in court tomorrow by video from jail in Penetanguishene. A publication ban prevents any evidence heard in court from being revealed. Justice Healy says she plans to deliver her decision on whether Bains will be released sometime next week. The allegations against the accused have not been tested in court. Mike Arcelides, CTV News, Barrie.
Residents of Barrie will see a tax hike next year after council officially approved the 2026 budget on Wednesday night. The overall tax rate is rising about 3.95%, mostly to fund infrastructure and policing, along with the city's payment to the county of Simcoe. Mayor Alex Nuttall says Barrie isn't getting fair value from the county, noting only about 30 of the county's 500 long-term care beds are used by Barrie residents. Council has ordered staff to renegotiate the county agreement and push for a long-term care home in Barrie. If there's no commitment by June, the city will consider building its own facility for local residents. Now, another question waiting to be answered by council: can the city afford to implement a windrow removal service in Barrie? This is always a tough one. That snow is heavy. It comes with a hefty price tag, but the service would help residents clear that heavy snow from the end of your driveways after big storms. We'd like to hear from you. Head to ctvnews.ca/Barrie to participate in our poll and tell us, should the city of Barrie invest in windrow removal services? Due to unprecedented demand, Barrie and District Christmas Cheer has closed applications for assistance.
Last night, when we found out we had to close first thing this morning, everyone was in tears, including your president. Our toy chair was in tears. All we could think of is, what about the kids? What about the kids who aren't going to get Christmas?
This year, the organization will help 2,100 families. That's over 6,000 individuals, but fundraising is less than half of the $500,000 goal. Christmas Cheer says it cannot accept new applications without the resources to support them and urges the community to donate.
Okay, I'll load it all up.
Everyone is in an incredible need this year. People are choosing between shelter and food. People are choosing between food or toys. People are making really hard decisions. Please, if there's anything you can do, $5, $10, anything, please, please, please come and see us at Christmas Cheer. Please donate online. Please do everything you can, because without you, we can't fulfill our commitment, and we must fulfill our commitment because we're miracle workers, and that's what we do.
Families can join a wait list, but assistance depends on additional funds that are raised in the next 7 days. Today marked the final day of the fall legislative session at Queen's Park. The House now taking a 3-month hiatus, but opposition parties are arguing they should be back at work sooner. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris reports.
There's no holly, but the halls of Queen's Park are very much decked for the holidays. On this last day of this abbreviated session, the same steady drumbeat that has pounded the last 7 weeks.
The minister hand-picked conservative insiders to receive government funds.
The Labour minister hammered daily, called on to resign over the Skills Development Fund.
Every dollar goes to training. It's in the guidelines of the publicly accessible funds.
With question period over for the year,
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
The Premier stressed the responsibility MPPs have to the people they represent.
And when we work together, we can do incredible things, even though we disagree.
But politicians won't be all in one place to collaborate for a very, very long time. After only 51 days in the legislature in 2025, the House is on break until March 23rd.
That's crazy. It's not acceptable.
The government House leader begs to differ.
I think it's acceptable when you look at the tremendous amount of legislation that we were able to drive forward.
Clark says they need time to go home and consult with constituents.
We need to look at their priorities, things like keeping costs down, getting people moving, getting these big projects implemented.
Opposition parties see this as a dodge of accountability.
The Premier sees the legislature as a magnifying glass on all of his failures.
Marit Stiles goes a step further.
I think he's a coward, getting out of here as fast as they can and getting as far away from yet another scandal and other police investigation as they can.
There's worry about more fast-tracking bills, skipping consultations, working details out in regulation.
They're silencing your voices. They don't want to give you an opportunity to have input on the legislation that affects your day-to-day lives.
Opposition parties don't think it makes a lot of sense for the Premier to have ordered civil servants back in the office 5 days a week in the new year when he's often missing from question period and the House is on recess until spring. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Time magazine has selected the Architects of AI, Artificial Intelligence, as the 2025 Person of the Year. The publication says this past year saw the potential of artificial intelligence roar into view with no turning back. The group features Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Time has been naming a Person of the Year since 1927. We have a busy night ahead as we carry on with our campaign to build up that massive mountain of toys. Let's go ahead back to the team in Bradford. They join us once again live as they collect donations. Luke.
Sarah, thank you so much. Yes, we are here at Canadian Tire in Bradford. We are collecting a mountain of toys. We're also collecting some food tonight as well. So if you are in the Bradford, Innisfil area, come on out. Say hi to the team here. We have Bounce 104.1 with us as well. And of course, like I said, we are here at Canadian Tire. Now we're going to welcome in our general manager of the Bradford Canadian Tire, John McEwen. John, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I actually will start off the interview with a very good news.
Yeah, so if I just want my team to come out here, we've got a donation, not just from our store as well, but also members of the community that weren't able to make it out tonight. We've been collecting for about a week now to give us a bit of an opportunity to get as much as we can get out to everybody.
How important is it for these donations to come in and provide that Christmas that everybody dreams of having?
Well, I mean, you kind of just said it there. It's what the Christmas that everybody dreams of having. And so because of that, it's very important to us. Our success in this business, and any business, but Canadian Tire specifically, is the involvement with the community and giving back and making sure that we can do what we can to keep everybody taken care of. It means a lot to us to be able to do this, as well as it means a lot to see the community coming out and caring.
Yeah, and of course, if you are looking to donate, everything here at Canadian Tire, this is a locally owned Canadian Tire and operated as well. So if you can provide, well, then you might as well be shopping local as well.
Yeah, exactly. Shop local. It helps your community, and that's the beauty about all of this, is it does stay in our community. Same with the food bank, same with everything going on tonight. It's all about helping out Bradford and a way for us to say thank you for everything they've given us this year.
Now, I have a little bit of an off the radar question for you here. Yeah. What was that one toy that you got as a young kid, for Christmas, that made it special for you? And that's exactly what we're doing here tonight.
Well, I remember when I was younger, I got this set of Bionicles, and that might be dating myself a little bit, but that kind of kickstarted a lot of my creativity and a lot of my passions for building and creating teams and that type of thing. So it did mean a lot to me to be able to build those and play with those.
John, thank you so much for joining us. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here for our Toy Mountain campaign at Canadian Tire. Providing and donating those toys to make a children's Christmas, make a family's Christmas. That is what we are doing here at Toy Mountain. We are so thankful for Canadian Tire for having us out here tonight. John, thank you for joining me. Sarah, we're going to throw it back to you, but you're going to want to stay tuned because we have a lot more special guests coming up throughout the show.
Love that, Luke. And my toy to remember, a little boombox. That's where the love of music began. Cleaning up all that snow one scoop at a time. Next year on CTV Barrie, how this group of young people are doing their part to help those that need it. Plus, putting your artistic skills to the test a little later in life, where seniors can take in these free, fun projects. Details next on CTV News Barrie. The Hack Lab programs for seniors at the Innisfil Library are proving it's never too late to learn, and that saying, staying curious, keeps you active and engaged.
Instead of keeping those, we'll unclip it, just like before, right?
Okay.
And then
Every Thursday is dedicated to building new skills with free Seniors Make It sessions featuring everything from laser cutting to artistic computer design. Those that take part get hands-on guidance and the chance to experiment and create unique projects, including custom funny Christmas wrapping paper.
I develop a lot of personal relationships with them too. It's kind of cool. So seeing them week after week, coming back to the library, creating, being able to kind of build upon their skills is very fun.
The library and the staff has enriched my retirement. In 3 years, I haven't taken a book out of the library, but I'm here almost every day.
Sure, books may not be for everyone, but there are plenty of great ones out there. And if you're looking for something different, you can join one of the Seniors Make It weekly sessions. With harsh winter weather hitting hard, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Association is stepping up to help Bradford residents who need it the most. Love this. 22 volunteers have been driving through neighborhoods, shoveling snow for seniors and people with disabilities. Since the start of the season, they've been out more than 45 times, I'm sure, clearing driveways and walkways, making winter safer and a little easier for vulnerable community members. There certainly has been a lot of snow to shovel. If you'd like to stay on top of all of it, breaking news and so much more, you can go to our website, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, or scan that QR code on your screen. Well, we now know that the Bank of Canada is keeping its key interest rate at 2.25%, adding on Wednesday morning that the economy actually grew in the third quarter. So joining us now to discuss what that means locally is real estate broker Peggy Hill. Let's talk about it. What does that mean for Simcoe County and Muskoka?
Well, I think the overall expectation for most economists was that they were just going to hold this time. And they did. So in a way, it's kind of good news because, you know, they didn't have to cut for unforeseen things. So I think they feel like we're steady. The jobs report came in pretty solid. So I think they're just on a wait and see. They did say that they are ready to intervene if things go sideways. So, I mean, that's always promising. But a hold is better. It's good news for us right now.
And as we look towards the new year, in your opinion, what will housing affordability look like for the average person?
So I don't foresee so much affordability being the issue right now. It's consumer confidence. I think if people felt better, if we had a trade deal in place, if they felt better about their jobs, they wouldn't be as afraid to make a move. I think when I was here last, I was saying that interest rates, to me, seemed like they're probably going to go up before they're going to come down again. And our 5-year fixed actually has gone up a little bit. It's still under 4%, which is notoriously a good interest rate. So as far as affordability, I think we're okay, but consumer confidence needs to come back or it's not happening.
Buyer's market then?
Definitely a buyer's market in Simcoe County, and it doesn't matter where in Simcoe County, it's a buyer's market for sure. Yeah.
What would you be saying to people that are maybe feeling nervous? You know, they're trying to sell their home, but looking at those lower prices, that's tough.
I think if you need to sell, you can sell, but you have to be realistic about your price, but you can sell. Like, there's still buyers out there, and a lot of first-time buyers keeping our market fueled. If you don't have to sell, and this is your last move, put your feet up and wait. There will be better times, and it won't be in 2026, but no rush. But if you need to sell in 2026, it can be done.
Well, I think this will be the last time that we speak to each other in 2025. So wishing you and your family and your loved ones a very happy holiday, Peggy.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, let's head outside. Poor Case is buckling down with all of this snow.
So you say you're cold, but you're not Yukon cold. How about minus 45 with the wind chill tomorrow morning for the Yukon? We're a long way from that, but I'll let you know how close we come. And our weather watcher artiste, well, have a look. Cameron says, Christmas happiness, well, it is decorating the tree with my little brother. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
The Real Estate Spotlight is brought to you by the Peggy Hill team. Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
Those are some incredible lights and amazing living rooms. When is the Christmas party, and are we invited? Thank you, everyone, for sharing those festive memories. The email address, picture this at ctv.ca. Case, I think we talk about this every year, although I can't remember your answer. Oh, okay. You are not. Are they putting you
before the party? You gotta clear the path, and I hope this isn't you. You gotta make sure you get fuel before that Christmas party to cut away. Okay. I'll take it away, Sarah, on that. Yes, make sure your snowblower is all gassed up because, boy, we've had a real dumping, haven't we? Right across our region. Some, of course, more than others, but make sure the old Arian snowblower is ready to go because, boy, you're going to need it. And we're only in December, early December. Let's talk about the weather, and let's dive in right now. Of course, I've already mentioned the heaviest concentration of snow on Lake Huron, certainly southern Bruce County, and certainly that line of snow from Wasaga Beach that stretched right down, that wall of snow that just kept coming off southern tip of Georgian Bay right through into Angus, and it really dumped a lot of snow and will continue to do so. Yeah, this is the temperature outside your door, and we throw it in the wind chill. We are minus 19 in Barrie right now as we speak. How about minus 16 in Parry Sound, minus 15 in Mount Forest, and call it minus 14 in Owen Sound. Continuing on with the forecast. Yeah, how about the almanac for today? And for today, minus 10, minus 15. All right. 15.5 degrees in 2021. I don't remember that. Minus 22.3 in 1994. I don't remember that. Sunrise, sunset gives us 8 hours and 53 minutes of daylight to enjoy. This is your forecast radar. Is that those series of streamers come to an end? Yeah, they do come to an end, and then look what comes in tomorrow. A little bit more streamer activity. It does indeed. Let's break it down and take a look at some of the numbers. And here we go. This is the southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Overnight temperature settling in minus 20 is what it'll feel like. And how about some more squalls? Certainly possible this evening, an additional 5 to 10 centimeters. We're looking at in the Owen Sound area. 10 to 20 centimeters is possible in other areas. Blowing snow really can be an issue. So do be careful if you're on the roads, even on the sidewalks. Minus 1 for tomorrow, and cloudy skies. For the most part, cloudy skies and snow. An additional 2 to 4 centimeters of snow is certainly possible for tomorrow. How about Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, a wind chill of -19. Mainly cloudy overnight, and the winds gusting up to 50 km out of the northwest. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 0, cloudy, 60% chance of flurries, although it looks like Richmond Hill will probably escape that. On to Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton, -21 with the wind chill and partly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, we're looking at cloudy skies and a 40% chance of flurry activity. Yeah, -3, -7 is the highs across the northern part of our viewing area. That's tonight and tomorrow. Now, time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and it looks something like this. This is Simcoe County. It looks like Saturday, more snow on the way, -5 for the high. Sunday, oh, a little sunshine for a sun cloud and some snow into the late afternoon, evening, -12. That's some kind of chilly, -14. That's a long way from Yukon cold, but when you factor in the wind chill, it's coming in around -25. Monday, it looks like cloudy, 60% chance of snow and a 30% chance of snow on the Tuesday, -4, -4. That's the high, that's the low. 5-day extended forecast, York Region, have a look. Saturday, cloudy, 60% chance of flurry activity, -2. -9 on Sunday. There's a peak of sunshine for us. Doesn't last long. 40% chance of snow into the late afternoon, evening, -9. -19. Whoa! And Monday, it looks like a good chance of snow again, -5. -2 on Tuesday, just under cloudy skies. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Halliburton, 5-day extended forecast. A little more snow for us on Saturday. I have -2, -16. Sunday, sun and cloud mix. It doesn't look like any snow for Sunday at this point, but very cold, -17 for the overnight low. And Monday, cloudy, 60% chance of flurry activity. And again on the Tuesday, a 40% chance of snow. And it's snow, snow, snow. That's what we're talking about. So Sarah, make sure you're all gassed up. Let's just put it that way. Back inside.
Well, Casey is certainly brightening up the night from our CTV Barrie station, but there's also some awesome energy in Bradford this hour where the community is proving that our region knows how to give back. Let's head back there now. That's where our Toy Mountain team is standing by. Luke, is there a gift that you received under the Christmas tree growing up that really stuck with you?
Oh, it'd have to be anything sports related, Sarah. I'm a huge sports guy. Nothing like getting a brand new hockey stick or, a basketball, football, you name it. Something to play outside with. I was an outside guy. Maybe a sled to go tobogganing with all the snow that we've been seeing. We are here at Canadian Tire for our Toy Mountain campaign. Sarah, people at home are watching and they are coming. Confirmed. The CTV bump is working. We have people donating food, and that is going directly towards the Helping Hand Food Bank. We're going to bring in Carolyn Kahn now from the food bank. Thank you so much for joining us, Carolyn. So much specialness happening. How important is it to donate during this time of year?
Well, this is our busiest time of year. As you know, this time of year is just a difficult time for some people. Everyone's sort of struggling a little bit economically, so every little bit of support counts, and it really makes a difference.
We're seeing a lot of food being donated towards the food bank tonight, but what's one thing that you might be looking for a little bit extra this holiday season?
Peanut butter. For some reason, we just can't keep it in stock, and it's one of those expensive items. Anyone who shops in a grocery store knows that. So, and the second thing is infant formula, baby formula, a big need for it.
So there you go. If you are looking for some sort of something to donate, feel free. They're loading the van behind us. What does it feel like to see the community really come out? We have so much food here, and people just keep on showing up tonight.
It's an amazing feeling. I think the community support is so alive in Bradford. I like to call it the small town with a huge heart. You can evidence it by seeing all the donations that are coming. It's just so heartwarming. It's wonderful.
The Bradford community continues to show up for the Helping Hand Food Bank. Carolyn, thank you so much for being with us this evening. Really appreciate it. And we really appreciate everybody who has donated throughout the campaign, whether it's a toy donation, a food donation, you name it. You are making a difference in someone's holidays this holiday season, and that is what matters. Sarah, we're going to be continuing to build this Toy Mountain. Come on out to Canadian Tire here in Bradford if it is safe to do so. The snow is still falling just a little bit, and we'll continue to bundle up those toys.
All right, thanks very much, Luke. Still to come, picking up the best gifts without spending a small fortune. Why many Canadians are shopping secondhand. You know I love to do that, especially for the holiday season. Plus, we'll recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Next week on CTV Barrie. What's behind the chain link fence?
It was a recipe for disaster.
Who will listen to the calls from those who cannot speak?
What we see in those facilities stays with you forever.
A new beginning, profound hope, and a call to action.
The whole story is so much more.
Eyes in the darkness, the hidden costs of roadside zoos. All next week on CTV News Barrie.
Recapping our top stories, after being denied bail in October, 63-year-old Surjit Singh Bains had his bail reviewed today. He is one of 5 GTA men charged in a kidnapping and attempted murder after police found a man bound and beaten in an abandoned Aurelia gas station. OPP is urging extreme caution around bodies of water as winter arrives, saying early season ice is thin, unpredictable, and dangerous. Officials also say snowmobiling or using motorized vehicles on frozen waterways greatly increases the risk of falling through. And snow squalls created dangerous travel across Simcoe County today, leading to widespread school bus cancellations. Crews in Barrie started plowing the 16 kilometers of road early this year, and the repeated snowfall has pushed them well over budget. Despite that, the crew has 37 trucks out there 24/7 as long as it's snowing. The countdown is on to complete our Toy Mountain campaign, which will make sure that every family here in Simcoe and Muskoka has something special under the tree this holiday season. Let's head back to Bradford. That is where Luke is spending the night. Sending it off to you.
Sarah, we are here at Canadian Tire Bradford. We are loading the truck behind us. Of course, our title sponsor, Access Storage. Lots going on here. You got about, 8 minutes left, 10 minutes left to come on down. If you have the chance, it is safe to do so. For now, we're going to bring in our radio partners from Bounce 104.1, Martin Van Coy. Martin, what a night it's been. You're bundled up, clearly, very nicely. So I'm going to throw it over to you. We've had a fairly exciting night here.
Yeah, I saw you yesterday freezing, so I was like, I definitely got to bundle up here today. I know it's been great. We have one more week of Toy Mountain left, and it's been great teaming up with you guys at CTV and Pure Country, Bounce Radio. We're all coming together to support this fantastic cause. Of course, the local sponsors like Canadian Tire make all this stuff possible, right? And coming to these communities like Bradford, West Gwillimbury for these toy drives is just always exciting because the community here is so vibrant. Everybody knows one another, and we've had a huge turnout, as people can see behind us. One thing that I do want to mention, Toy Mountain has been so successful, and we are getting close to the finale of it next week. And of course, there is going to be a big push for toy donations for kids of all ages. But I do want to remind you, we've got the Helping Hands Food Bank on location with us here today. Christmas hampers are a pretty big deal this time of year. And as much as we want all the toy donations we could possibly get to support local families through Simcoe Muskoka Family Connections, we also want to support, dinner tables and things like that in our community too. So if you're not able to make it to one of the Toy Mountain locations, if you have the time, go to your local food bank. See if you can make a difference there, whether that's through a food donation or time donation. All kinds of donations help this time of year and help people get past the goalpost when it comes to the holidays.
Awesome, Martin. Well, thank you so much. And of course, we're here at Canadian Tire. One more week left. We're going strong, Sarah, to build up that Toy Mountain. We'll send it back inside to you.
Thanks, Luke. Taking a look at our markets now, Canada's main stock index showed some positive gains today, thanks to boosts in the base metals sector. Let's take a look at the numbers. Now that we've reached the end of the day, the TSX was up 169 points, the Dow was up 646, and the Nasdaq was down 60. And commodities oil was down, closing at $57.60 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $4,313 an ounce, and our dollar up, ending the day at 72.60 cents US. Many people are looking to save money these days, but that doesn't mean that your gift giving has to suffer. CTV's Pat Forage shares more on what alternatives Canadians are considering this holiday season.
Vintage Vendors in Oshawa describes itself as retro, antique, and unique, but it's also part of the thrifting culture taking hold with many consumers. Susan Johnson says there are more than 100 vendors here with items that could make for a great present.
The stigma of buying used items and giving them as gifts has gone away.
Retro Christmas goods are highly sought after at this time of year. Another popular segment is vintage clothing. Many younger buyers see it as a way to purchase higher quality goods that are often hard to find.
I don't think this will last very long in the store because the fact that it's the bay, it's this gorgeous red color looks like amazing condition.
Consumer Reports says thrifting has gone mainstream and people are more willing to accept a secondhand item.
I think people's feelings towards that have changed a lot in the last couple of years.
Thrifting can help you find something really special and meaningful for the people on your list.
Researchers also say consider refurbished electronics, as you can often get something used that's dependable for a fraction of the price. Your best bets are smartphones that are no more than 3 generations old, laptops, desktops, monitors, gaming consoles, TVs less than 3 years old, cameras, routers, and audio devices. Consider refurbished products sold at big box stores, which often come with a return policy or warranty. No matter what kind of second-hand item you buy, it's also good for the planet.
All the items we have here, if we weren't reselling them and reusing them and recycling them, they would be ending up in the landfills.
When it comes to toys, many people are nostalgic for the past. They love collecting Hot Wheels, Superman, Batman, and anything Star Wars.
Toys from the 90s are really hot right now for the kids that are in their 30s right now. They're buying stuff that they played with.
By thrifting items or checking out vintage shops, you could discover some unique goods you won't find anywhere new, and you may save some money at the same time. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Still to come, NHL players are set to lace up for the Olympic Games again. It'll be the first time in nearly a decade, but will they actually be able to play? More on why concerns loom over the ice rink conditions in Milan. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Here's a look at your primetime lineup. Shark Tank starts at 8, followed by Next Level Beaker at 9, Criminal Minds at 10 p.m. and CTV News Barrie at 11. NHL players are getting ready to return to the Olympics for the first time since 2014, but debate continues over what the hockey rinks and ice conditions will be like in Milan. There are reports circulating alleging that the rink is more than 3 feet shorter than the 200-foot length required by the NHL. Some also say they're worried about the quality of the ice. The NHL has ice and facility experts in Milan, and if the ice isn't safe, it says its players won't be going. All right, let's head back to Bradford one last time tonight to see how Luke is wrapping up tonight's Toy Mountain on the road. Lovely to see the team out there, Luke, always having a lot of fun.
Yes, Sarah, and talking with the team on the ground here, it's our goal to get yourself, Sarah, out on location maybe next year, because we're having a blast, we're having fun, we're accepting food donations, toy donations for our Toy Mountain campaign, the Helping Hand Food Bank here in Bradford. We're at Canadian Tire, and of course the Toy Mountain aspect of this campaign is benefiting Simcoe Muskoka Family Connections. So we're supporting families throughout the holiday season. We have just finished loading the truck here in Bradford. It is full of toys heading back to Barrie, and it is going to make some families Christmas. That is the most important part. You know, we've kind of mentioned how cold it is out here, Sarah. It is not cold because everyone's hearts are warm. Everyone's in such a giving mood here as well. So we're thankful for everybody here tonight. We're thankful for everyone at home who has thought about us, donated to us throughout the campaign. We got 1 week left. So we're going to finish strong. We got lots of on-site locations next week. You can head to our website to see where we will be, and we cannot wait to wrap up this campaign and continue to build that mountain of toys. And Sarah, I'll do it one more time. I did it once already. We're going to continue building up that toy mountain. Wrapping up here in Bradford. We'll send it back into the studio, Sarah.
Oh boy, Kay, so cold out there. It's a struggle to keep those lips moving, but I love tonight that we've been talking about how those memories, you know, opening up a gift on Christmas morning for many of us last a lifetime, and why it means so much to the kids through Toy Mountain. Is there one that's always stuck in your mind?
One that's stuck in my mind? I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to Luke still. Yes, there is. I got a red Volkswagen. I got a red Volkswagen when I was about 4 years old. I could climb in it and drive it. It was wonderful. I think my parents spent everything on it. Still a good memory. Probably still fit in it today. Let's talk about the Get Up and Go forecast first thing tomorrow morning. And here we go. A little on the chilly side? Yes, it is a little on the chilly side. We're expecting some snow in Barrie. -5 is what we are expecting. And then in Gravenhurst and certainly Newmarket, chance of snow in both places, overcast for the most part, and -11 and -9. That is the Get Up and Go forecast. Sarah, have a wonderful evening.
And same to everyone at home. That's all the time we have tonight. Take care out there.